and welcome to The Broken Lamp. This is my YouTube channel, so I hope you like it. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the movie The Maze Runner, what I thought about it, and the differences between it and the book. I will try not to do too many spoilers. If you don't know what The Maze Runner is about, it is about there's this guy named Thomas who wakes up and he doesn't know anything except for his name. And he's in this place called the Glade, and there's a maze around it. And basically, there's a lot of boys that live there, and they all are trying to find a way out of the maze. And none of them have any memories except for their names. I've heard it's kind of like Lord of the Flies in a way. I haven't actually read that book or don't know a whole lot about it, but I've heard. So I find it to be a really good movie as long as you don't care too much about it not matching the book in every way. I think the basic storyline is the same. The characters, they kept a lot of the same characters in it. If you are the type of person who doesn't want to watch a movie because the hair color is different on a character, which is totally fine for you to not want to watch it, but you may not want to watch this movie if you love the book, because you will probably hate it, because there are quite a few differences. So in comparison to the book, I think they did a good job with casting most of the characters in it. Some people I know didn't really like how they cast Thomas. I did. There was something I don't remember. I wasn't huge into she looked like the part. She just didn't quite click. I didn't really connect with her as much as I did in the book. And I really liked Newt and Albie and Gally. I liked who they picked for him. For special and visual effects, I think they did a pretty good job. What they did with the Grievers, I really did like that, even though it wasn't what it was in the book. I think that they did a good job. So one of the differences in the movie versus the book is the fact that Albie and Thomas actually get along really well in the movie, versus in the book they didn't as much. Albie was kind of bossy, not exactly nice to Thomas, and he didn't answer a lot of his questions, versus in the movie, then he kind of took him on as he was like his mentor sort of thing. Another one of the differences that I didn't like so much is the fact when, it's minor spoiler by the way, when Thomas and Minho were in the maze, then Minho actually was brave, or sort of brave, in the maze. In the book, he wasn't. He ran off way before. He didn't help Thomas with Albie. He just ran and decided to help himself, basically. Versus in the movie, he helps somewhat. Another difference is that there was a serum that was given with Teresa when she came, and it was just to save Albie from his Griever sting. And in the book, it came up along with all of their supplies, and they had it with them throughout the whole time they were there. So it didn't just come up at that one time. And more people had been stung from Grievers in the past. Another difference is, in the book, then when Teresa came up, she was in a coma for like a lot of the book. And in the movie, she woke up immediately. Another difference, in the movie, when Thomas was in the maze, then he killed a Griever, and then they ended up retrieving a device from the Griever's body, and that's what helped them to locate a door that they had never seen before, and it was a key to their escape. In the book, then they find a hidden Griever entrance, which they had seen before. They just didn't know it was a Griever hole, and they didn't realize it was the exit of the maze until a while later. Another difference, which I am fine with is, in the movie, Thomas and Teresa are not telepathic, versus in the book then they were. The reason I'm fine with this is because it could have been really strange in the movie having just their voices talking, and it would have been hard to do it. I'm sure they could have done it some way, but I'm fine with them not doing it. I don't think they needed to. Another thing that was different in the movie versus book is in the movie, then they found a code of the numbers in the different sections of the maze, and that wasn't in the book. In the book, then they actually found they had written out the map of the maze every single day, and they figured out that it formed letters within certain periods of time, and that's the code at the end instead of the numbers, which was not too different, but still something. Another difference in the movie, then when the maze doors do not close, then in the movie they attack and they kill a bunch of people, versus in the book then they would come and they took one person per night and then left, and that was it. So that was a difference. And in the movie it was a big battle scene almost, and I can sort of see why they did it because it made it quicker. But so another difference is Gally's character in a way. So in the book, then he was actually previously strung by a griever, so then he had flashbacks and memories that were coming back, and that's a lot of the reason why he did the things he did and why he was angry at Thomas. Versus in the movie, it was just like he didn't want change, basically. And also, in the movie, he takes over the glade, basically, at a certain point, and that's not in the book. In the book, he gets angry, of course, but yeah. So another difference is the weather in the glade. In the book, then it was the same, basically, yeah, it was the same every single day, just sunny and gray, and dark at night. Versus in the movie, then they actually had the sky. It was the real sky, which I'm fine with because it is kind of strange that they could have done that. I mean, it is the future, I guess, but yeah, it wasn't too much of a change. Yeah, that's most of the differences that I could think up between the book and the movie. You can, if you think of others, you can just comment below. And yeah, I hope you liked this. I hope it helped you, and I hope you'll watch the movie. Read the book first. I'd rather you read the book than watch the movie. It's better. A lot better. Books are always better than movies, though. I mean, for the random pointless fact of the day, I have heard, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that if you put a grape in the microwave, it will explode. So try it, tell me if it works. Yeah, that's all I have today. Subscribe if you like my videos, that would be great. Yeah, if you think if there's any book or movie you want me to watch or do a review on, if there's any tutorial you want to know how to do something, and I know how to do it, I'll do it, or I'll try to figure out how to do it and try to tell you. So, yeah. Great. I will see you next week.